A story of closure, letting go of a toxic bond. It was a quiet evening when Alex sat by the window, staring at the fading light of the sunset. His mind wandered back to a time when he had hoped for a future filled with love, trust, and shared dreams. But now, all that remained was a bittersweet ache and the need to finally let go. This is the story of how he found closure with someone who had once been his closest confidant, his lover, and ultimately, his greatest disappointment, Sophia. A woman whose life had been shaped by the toxic influence of her controlling, narcissistic mother and her misguided friends, leaving her with a lack of self-worth, an inability to make decisions for her own good, and a life built on lies and manipulation. The beginning, a cafe by the beach. Alex first met Sophia at a quaint cafe by the beach. They had stayed up all night talking, watching the sunrise, and sharing their dreams. At the time, they were just friends, no strings attached, no hidden agendas. Alex had been clear from the start. He wanted more than just a physical relationship. He wasn't looking for fleeting moments of passion. He was searching for a partner to build a life with. Sophia had nodded, her eyes warm and reassuring, and Alex had believed her. But as time went on, the cracks began to show. Sophia was vague about her past, evasive about her relationships, and secretive about her life. Alex, ever the optimist, chose to see the best in her. He believed in second chances and the power of love to heal. Little did he know, Sophia was carrying secrets that would unravel everything they had built, secrets that were deeply rooted in the influence of her controlling mother and her toxic circle of friends. The lies, a web of deceit. Sophia had never been honest about her sexual preferences. She had hidden the fact that she was bisexual and in an open relationship with someone else. She had even lied about having children. Alex, who had traveled across seas to be with her, had no idea he was stepping into a minefield of half-truths and hidden agendas. When Sophia needed help, Alex was there. He paid off her loans, covered her rent, and even moved her into a bigger flat, hoping to create a home for them and, perhaps one day, a child. But instead of gratitude, Sophia brought toxicity. She became codependent, draining Alex emotionally and financially. The dreams they had discussed relocating abroad, starting a business together, slowly crumbled under the weight of her lies. The influence, a mother's control, and toxic friends. Sophia's life had always been dictated by her controlling, narcissistic mother. At 48, her mother still imposed choices on her, manipulating her into relationships that served her own agenda. Sophia's mother had pushed her into a relationship with Leo, a man with money, while secretly encouraging her to build a future with Pisces, a cousin, who could return benefits to her mother's clout and gold-digging ambitions. Sophia, lacking self-esteem and the ability to think for herself, followed her mother's lead, even though it meant betraying Alex and living a life of deceit. Her friends, equally toxic, reinforced this behavior. They celebrated her impulsiveness and lack of self-respect, encouraging her to use people for her own gain. Sophia, desperate for validation, became a pawn in their games, losing sight of her own worth and the love Alex had offered her. The betrayal, a final straw. The breaking point came when Alex drove Sophia to a job interview, only to discover later that she had betrayed him with the interviewer. It was a moment of clarity for Alex. He realized that Sophia had never been the person he thought she was. The woman he had loved was a mirage, a projection of his own hopes and dreams, shaped by the toxic influences around her. The release, calling his power back, Alex decided it was time to let go. He wrote Sophia a heartfelt letter, not out of anger, but out of a desire for closure. He wished her well, hoping she would find healing and joy away from him. He called his power back, severing the energetic cords that had bound them together. No more voodoo dolls, no more mirror magic, no more candle rituals. Alex was done with the toxicity, the lies, and the emotional burden. He urged Sophia to focus on building her own life, free from the dark influences that had consumed her. He prayed for her soul to find its way back to the light, to step away from the shadows and the people who had led her astray. Alex knew the damage was too great to repair, but he also believed in the power of hope and redemption. The closure, a spiritual truce. In his final words, Alex called for a spiritual truce. He asked Sophia to speak with her partner and her coven, to stop the rituals and the black magic that had plagued their relationship. He warned her that justice was near, not out of spite, but out of concern for her well-being. Alex had seen the toll it had taken on her, and he wanted her to find peace. As he sealed the letter, Alex felt a sense of relief. He had done his part to release the past and reclaim his energy. The road ahead would be long, but he was ready to walk it alone, free from the weight of Sophia's lies and manipulations. The lesson, moving forward. Alex's story is a reminder that sometimes, the hardest part of love is letting go. It's about recognizing when a relationship has run its course and choosing to walk away, not out of anger, but out of self-respect. Alex had given Sophia countless chances, but in the end, he realized that the greatest act of love he could offer her and himself was to set them both free. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Alex took a deep breath and smiled. He was ready to embrace the future, one step at a time, with his heart open and his spirit unburdened. The cost of lost time. The most expensive thing in this story wasn't the money Alex spent on Sophia's loans, rent, or dreams. It wasn't the financial burden he carried or the sacrifices he made. No, the most costly thing was the time, the years they both lost, years that could have been spent building a life with partners who truly deserved them. Time is the one thing that doesn't come back. Money can be earned, debts can be repaid, and material losses can be replaced, but time, once it's gone forever. Alex realized too late that he had poured his energy into someone who couldn't reciprocate his love or honesty, while Sophia wasted her chance to break free from toxic influences and find her own worth. Both deserved better, and both could have found it if only they had invested their time elsewhere.